Hello, this is Creator. In this video I want to talk about grain. Next to getting grain from your farmlands in your kingdom or looting enemy garrisons, there is a third option that I want to discuss. And that is getting farm islands, as you can see here. Farm islands can be found for any player in the wastelands, which is also the best place to get them. The problem with these lands is that the defense is much higher than what you're used to from the normal lands, like for example forests or mountains, lakes. All pretty easy. The farmlands though are much harder. This is a level 23 farmland, and as you can see it has a nice mix of Unak, Ragnar and Mossmane, and the level of the units is quite high. Next to that, another difficulty in farmlands is the battlefield layout. For the sake of this video, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to fight this battle as if my level was lower. When my level was lower, I used 4 spearmen as blockers. So that's what I'm going to do now. Because I also did not have acid, I'm going to remove those spells to pretend I don't have them at all. I'm only going to use the free spell from Youlgreave and maybe a second one. How many spearmen you need really depends on the level of your castle and your units. So this is the battlefield layout, and as you can see, all the enemy units are spread out in a long line to the north, and all the special units are mixed. So there is no clear group of units that you can freeze and be done with it. So what is the strategy? First, I position all my ranged fighters to the south. And I will order them to move to the south as far as they can go. The Elithen Pikemen unit I'm going to position to the north of my ranged fighters, and the other spearmen units I'm going to place against the southern border. I'm going to order them to stand ground. Youlgreave is a bit of extra bait. He will draw most of the enemy towards him, and these pikemen units I'm going to place there, stand ground. What I aim to achieve with this setup is that because all my units are moving to the south far away from the enemy, except the pikemen unit, that the enemy will focus on the pikemen unit that's standing in the middle of the battlefield. So the enemy I want to cluster together at the location of the pikemen unit, and then I will use my ranged fighters to fire upon them. Whenever the pikemen unit or the spearmen unit, if you don't have pikemen, that is located there in the middle, is dying or almost gone, I will call in another spearman unit to back him up, to keep the enemy in place. At least that is the strategy. Let's see if it works. Fight. The ranged fighters are moving to the south. Youlgreave is going to move just below. And there I'm ordering him to stand ground. I'm now ordering my ranged fighters to move to the north and to attack the enemy. As you can see, my pikemen are almost killed, so I'm sending in a few more spearmen. And all I do is fire my missiles, my grenades at this cluster that's located here. There you can see that the enemy has an Unak unit, which is tricky. Sending in another. The rest of my spearmen, because they're gone now. Pull them back. Okay, they're attacking the spearmen. And now I use my ranged fighters to take out the Unak. And it's done. As you can see, I did not use acid. I did not even use the free spell for Youlgreave. I used no spells, and I only used the pikemen and the spearmen that I had. So using these blockers and using this strategy, you can draw the enemy towards them and then pick them off with your ranged fighters. That way you can defeat any farmland of any level. I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.